I'm Veronica Lopez,
And this is Brian Chmielewski.
and we're representing Different Shades of Green, Inc. Today we're going to review the marketing campaign for Nike's latest innovation, the Flyknit. Let's start with an overview of Nike's history. The company was founded in 1972 in Beaverton, Oregon. Nike now targets 10 sport categories, in which include basketball, soccer, and running. Their target is still athletes, and their top grossing category is running, the equivalent of $2.8 billion in sales in just this last year.
So Nike has two ongoing critical issues. The first, obviously, being consumer demand. The second is sustainability. Nike, being an apparel designer, has to be on the forefront of changes in fashion and consumer preference. Basically come up with the next product that's going to be popular, which is never easy. While doing that, they need to maintain a sustainable state of mind. So throughout the 1990s, they developed kind of a wasteful reputation with poor labor conditions. This nonprofit organization, Team Sweat, to kind of lead this movement against Nike to note their wasteful manufacturing processes and their poor labor conditions. Over recent years, Nike has had failures and successes in regards to the response for the demand for sustainability. In 2005, Nike Inc. released the Considered shoe line. One of the products on the Considered line was a walking boot that cost $110 and was made of brown hemp fibers. These shoes were obviously far from the high-tech style consumers have come to know from Nike and were initially labeled as Air Hobbits. Boots were canceled within a year. Nike's lesson learned from this experience was that the shoes need to be marketed for their style and performance primarily, with careful mention on green and sustainability initiatives. One of the successes that they had for sustainability was their transportation. After a thorough analysis in 2011, Nike made decisions to switch to transoceanic cargo from air freight to ocean vessels, as well as to incorporate more rail transportation in the U.S. These changes were not only green, they were also extremely economical. The Environmental Apparel Design Tool was released on November of 2010 after 7 years and $6 million worth of research and development. This was another green initiative. It's a web-based program that is used by product designers to help rate product's environmental impact by returning basically a score based on the inputs, fabric types, garment dyes, chemical washes that go into the future product. The tool is based on Nike's Considered Index, which is an internal program used for several past green products.
Now it's time to meet Flyknit. This is Nike's latest innovation, and it's in response to Nike's need to meet both the needs of athletes moving forward and the changing preferences of consumers, while also meeting sustainability. The Flyknit technology is a direct response from athletes who, when interviewed by Nike, asked for a sock-like shoe that fit almost like a glove and allowed them to have unlimited flexibility in their movement. Nike's result was the creation of a lightweight construction shoe. It's equivalent to 6.5 ounces. It has a one-piece woven seamless upper, so it's one piece that makes the top part of the shoe sewn to a sole, making the shoe a two-piece construction. The typical shoe is 38 pieces. Because of the woven technology, they can weave colors like orange and yellow and greens together to meet these beautiful variations that were never available before. Put together, creates a shoe that has waist equivalent to a single piece of paper. Because Flyknit's computerized system, it also allows their shoes to be manufactured locally. This technology could potentially move production domestically and also cut down in transportation cost.
Okay, so before we get into our recommendations for future marketing of the Flyknit, let's take a look at what Nike has done to date. January 2012, word of mouth begins the spread of the Flyknit after a marathon runner wins an Olympic trial wearing the Flyknit shoe. February 2012, Nike officially unveils the Flyknit in their flagship store in New York City. The unveilment was followed by a select city release in April 2012, including New York, London, Tokyo, and Milan. And next month, in July, the Flyknit will make its Olympic debut, paired with the mass release for the general public. And here's the initial advertisement that Nike released for the Flyknit. You'll have to click the link below. It's a YouTube video and it should populate. Here is the marketing report card that we've developed for Nike's marketing campaign. The rating scale is 1 to 5, 1 being poor, 5 being superior, and 3 being average. As you see, the categories below are by marketing area, so we have segmentation, targeting, positioning, and marketing mix, which includes the 4 Ps. So let's start with segmentation.
Segmentation, targeting, and positioning all received a 3-star rating due to the lack of clarity of who will make up the future consumers for this product. While the benefits of Flyknit are clear for the barefoot performance runner, how it will benefit and be marketed to the everyday consumer is still not clear.
The limited edition collection was segmented into a high-performance running shoe and a street-friendly running shoe to target both the performance runner and the everyday runner, while also leaving room for the everyday wear consumer. The product was released as a limited edition collection in high-income cities to promote successful sales and buzzworthy demand.
Nike also received a 3 on their marketing mix. For price, although the product is not available to the mass market, they have already announced the cost, and the limited edition model was $150 per pair. Similar to their other collections, there is potential to make different pricing points to target separate segments once Flyknit does reach the mass market. The product, Flyknit, is a response to the barefoot minimalist movement, and it's specifically designed to meet the athlete's demand for a stock-like fit and feel. The collection responds to a critical need for sustainability in manufacturing as well. So the product kind of has 2 benefits that we identified, but that's why I was given a 3.
Yeah, and as for the third and fourth keys, again, we gave these both 3s for place. We felt, as we mentioned earlier, even though there was a select release kind of to raise awareness in those fashion capitals of the world, we feel like there could have been releases to more cities worldwide that would have raised awareness quicker and more drastically before the Summer Olympics. Promotion ties into that. Really, all they did was have an unveilment, release party, and 1 advertisement. We feel like they really kind of relied too much on word of mouth. They could have done more advertising and perhaps did multi-city unveilments.
Different Shades of Green ink has several different recommendations for Nike so that they can reach that 5-star rating that we've set for them. Most importantly, they need to reach out to 3 differentiated segments through a 3-tier marketing campaign. And those segments are the mass market, the environmental market, and the urban fashion market. The advertisement Nike currently has running focuses on the construction of the shoe, but fails to incorporate the green attributes of the shoe, which could appeal to the general consumer market. In order to reinforce the benefits of the Flyknit technology, the advertisement should include a call to action to drive the audience to a form explaining the green technology behind the shoe and the benefits it has towards the manufacturing. In addition, Nike also needs to incorporate that information in their store displays and within their retail staff to communicate the added benefits of Flyknit.
So the focus for the second tier is basically the environmentally conscious market, we think, should be to primarily promote the green benefits of the Flyknit technology. Minimal waste, the reduced amount of electricity and labor, and the ability to manufacture this product domestically will all appeal to the environmentally sound consumer segment. Initiating green movements will be paramount in order to connect to the environmental market. For example, Nike can host short distance runs, 5Ks, worldwide to promote the Flyknit and to demonstrate Nike's dedication to increasing sustainability. That would be beneficial. You could take all the proceeds for these events and send directly to local communities who are committed to reducing their carbon footprint.
For the more concentrated urban fashion market segment, Nike should focus on the variety of colors, customization level, and unique appearance of the Flyknit. Nike must ensure a wide collection of colors and styles and make sure that they are accessible to this market, especially in specific urban cities. A recommendation would be to choose a select amount of cities and create a Flyknit based on that city's culture. For example, Philadelphia, of course, the collection could be red, white, and blue, with the 76 on the heel. Another example could be Los Angeles, and the shoe would be purple and yellow and have a graffiti style Nike on the heel. These collections could be sold in limited quantities and only within the city they represent. We found that one of Nike's largest competitors, Puma, had a very interesting solution to their packaging systems. And Nike had identified that a significant percentage of their waste was coming from their packaging and shipping systems for their shoes. Puma designed a clever little bag solution that consumers can use to hold their gym clothes or to use as a store tote. We recommend that Nike reassess the packaging system that they currently have for Flyknit. Currently it's just 100% recyclable fibers for their boxes, but we think they could look further and find a solution that's both functional and sustainable.
To conclude, we think if Nike follows these recommendations, we'll achieve a 5-star rating or superior marketing performance. Again, the Flyknit we feel has great potential to appeal to multiple segments, including environmentally conscious consumers, sneaker fanatics, and street-inspired fashion-seeking consumers. Flyknit is differentiated from the competition, and there is a potential blue ocean for the apparel industry. I mean, just think this could find the average consumer who wouldn't want to wear socks anymore. All they could do is just wear these Flyknits, and it would be perfectly comfortable. So that's our presentation. Thank you very much.